It was such a joy to celebrate our recent confirmands this last Sunday. We had a service where we invited them and their families as we gave them space to confirm their faith, especially in a time when things keep getting pushed back and canceled. It was such a good space to come together in safe ways and let these youth who have journeyed all spring figuring out their faith, discovering what they really think, for them to affirm their faith and share with us and in this space, the whole church, where God is leading and moving them. You might be wondering, what is confirmation? What does it signify? Why do we confirm youth? In the United Methodist Church, we celebrate God's grace, and God's grace that finds us even before we realize it. And because of that, we baptize adults, we baptize teenagers, we baptize infants. And in this space, when infants are baptized, we celebrate God's grace in their lives. And of course, the child can't answer for themselves. And so we ask that their parents, their guardians, to step in and answer for them and pledge to support and guide them in the faith. But when we get to confirmation, we ask our youth to make that decision for themselves. I always love in the United Methodist Church, we are clear that our sacraments are baptism and communion. In other churches, sometimes confirmation is a sacrament. And what I love that we have it as not a sacrament is it's a space where we actually confirm and reconfirm our faith. No matter the space, no matter the place, we are all striving, growing on the journey. And so as we get to the time of celebrating our worship service, it's so inspiring to see both the time and dedication that these students have given through classes this spring and the decisions they proclaimed in our worship of honoring God, following God, and joining our United Methodist Church as full members. And so it's such a great thing to be a part of. I would be remiss to not thank all of our volunteers that were a part of our classes throughout this spring. We even had youth volunteers, high school students that were a part of that journey for our students, and we thank them. And I also want to thank this whole church, you as a congregation, for letting Christ United be a place where students can make these decisions, learn about their faith, and continue to dive in and discover what it means to follow and journey after God. My last words will be for our recent confirmands themselves. My hope, and I believe our church's hope, is that you will continue to confirm and reconfirm your faith each and every day. Dive into what it means to be a disciple of Jesus Christ for the transformation of the world, both here in Plano and throughout the world. Obviously, our hope as a youth ministry is to walk alongside you in this. Let us be a part of that journey, and we look forward to continuing to dive in and discovering our faith together. One of the great things about youth ministry and the ways that it's a part of our church is that it reminds us in moments like this, not only are youth, the church of the future, but they are a vibrant, important part of our church today. And I want to thank our confirmands for reminding us, for being a witness to where God is working in their lives and showing us and reminding us how they are a part of all of our journeys of growing deeper in Christ and sharing the love that God has worked in our lives with all those we meet.